There's Mike. He's been drinking since 10. We're getting all these nailer boards up because I'm going to get board and batten, which is coming. It's already done. I got to pick it up. The Amish got a cut for me, rough cut, and we're going to do window boxes and stuff. So I got a bunch of free windows from one of my contractors, and we're going to get these nailer boards up and then put the window boxes in and try to space them out where we want them. So we got all of our rough cut pine here. We got it from Amish people down about a half hour from our house in Augusta, Wisconsin, and we brought our gooseneck here, and then we unloaded it with the tractor and the forks. And there's 2 piles here of it. We have the board and the batten. And we just started putting this on, so I got all my nailers in on this side. Well, for the most part, I'm gonna put 2 windows, one here, and then one here, and then that one's gonna be a door, so I can go in and out into my wood shed to get wood or whatever I'm gonna have to do. That'll be like a service door, and we'll also have a service door on that. This is what we're gonna do. They planed one side of it, and then the other side is rough sawn. So I have good eaves, at least on the 2 sides, and then another 1.5 feet or so on the front and back. So it should be fairly protected, and I will be putting some type of a protectant sealant on this when we're all done next summer. So this is our project in the winter to cover all this up. And I'll just come through after I put these other window boxes in and then cut out all the window boxes. And then I'll also make the doors out of the rough sawn pine, obviously, 2 to match. Next time I'm going to get my miter saw and make a jig so I can cut this really quick, but I didn't bring that this time. So we're doing the slow way. And these tools I just got, these Flex Volt DeWalt, I use them every day. These are badass. They work really well. Best battery tools I've ever had. And I've used Makita. I started out with Craftsman, then I went to Bosch, then I went to Makita, and now I use DeWalt, and some of my guys use Milwaukee, and they're a close second, but I like the DeWalt better. So it's going really slow because I'm working off ladders. But I had to put all the nail strips on, and then I Tyvek'd up 2 sheets. That was just to block the snow from last week. But I don't really think we need the Tyvek, so I didn't Tyvek the rest. Plus, it's a real pain in the butt. So I'm just getting this enclosed, and then we'll put the battens on after we install the windows and everything. But I'm sick of it. It's destroying the flooring, all the rain and the snow and stuff over the course of the last year. It's not so bad, but I don't want it to get worse. So that's why we're enclosing this side. We're gonna go all the way to this seam right here because we're gonna do a shed roof. And my plan was to cut the metal, half of it off, take it off, and then from there drop down to the shed roof. But then I would have like an inside angle and the snow load would sit there. So what I think I'm gonna do is extend this, take off all that metal roofing and extend it from there down to the shed roof. Once I put a beam, I'm gonna find a tree that's 24 feet long, a tamarack, cut it, lift it up with the tractor, and that'll be my support beam there. But I'll have to figure out how I'm gonna frame that off. But it's just gonna be easier to take this metal off than to cut it and take the bottom half off. And it'll be better in the long run for the snow and rain sheeting off of the roof. So that's what we're gonna do there. And then we can use all that metal for another wood shed that I'm gonna build by our pond cabin, which will house most of our firewood, because this wood shed is going to be filled with the wood that's going to do our cordwood house. So I have to fill that up all with the wood for the house. So it's a really nasty day this Saturday. We're up this weekend, and I'm just finishing up the siding on the barn. So I want to do a quick update on and how much I got done. I have all the sides, all the boards on, none of the battens on, and I have the face of that one gable end about 3/4 done. So again, I'm not doing this because I'm going to tear this part of the roof off and extend it down here for my shed roof, and I haven't decided exactly how I'm going to frame that. I think I'm going to use tamarack logs as rafters coming down, and I'm going to tie those in somehow. I want it to look like, from the outside at least, a barn that was built just like my woodshed kind of. So I want exposed tamarack logs for the rafters. I haven't figured out how I'm going to do that yet, but I have a lot of the siding done. I have to still do the back gable end here, but a lot of the stuff is done in here. I have some window boxes ready to go. I'm going to cut those out first and install the windows and trim around them before I go ahead and do the smaller windows I had in mind, to see if I need more light in here. So, and I'm going to put a large window there, and then there's going to be a door. And this will be my workshop area. I'll have a few benches and some racking here for shelving and whatnot. And then I'll still be able to park the tractor and the side-by-side in here. So it's a big mess right now, but it's coming along. And then I'll do that shed roof over here. So I'll be able to park. I want to make it so I can actually park the tractor there, and that way it'll still be under cover. I could actually get maybe the tractor and the side-by-side in there, and then when I want to, in the wintertime, when I want to do work in here, I can get them out of my way. And then on the face, I'm going to cut this off and then add a small like shed roof off here to protect whatever railing system I do. I'm going to have 2 sliding doors that will both slide this way all the way. So I'll be able to open them, and they'll just cover up that part of the wall, because that's about 7.5 feet, and this is about 15 feet across for the opening. So it should work out perfect. But I've never done that before, so I do want to protect it from snow and rain and ice building up in there and not being able to open in the wintertime. So that's why I'm going to do some type of a little shed roof there. So that's what we got so far. I have a lot of trim work to do on the eaves and on the corners and everything, so that's going to be the time-consuming part. But at least it's somewhat dried in now. Snow and stuff won't blow in as much, so it'll protect my tractor and the side-by-side and everything. So that'll be nice. One thing I did screw up on is I built this 8 feet apart, these two buildings, and I should have went at least 10 because I can't get my tractor in there when there's a buildup of snow. The tractor raises so high. The tractor raises so high that the ROPS on the tractor hit the wood shed, so it's kind of a pain. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. I can't get my big tractor in, then I could get my Ford in there, but sometimes it's not powerful enough to clean that out after a week's worth of snow that's built up. So you can see how that's going to be a problem. The other thing I want to do is make removable gutters on both of these, because in the summertime I don't want all that water dropping down there, and in the wintertime I'm going to have to take them off because otherwise the snow load will just rip them off. So I haven't quite decided how I'm going to do that, but I'll think of something. I'll come up with something real interesting. And I also want to have an outdoor shower on that far end, so that'll dump into a tank. And then we'll be able to take showers in the summertime. And we won't have to use any electricity, because once we move up here, this will all be off-grid. So I will have a surplus of electricity in the summertime, but still it's kind of nice to do that. Take an outdoor shower. All right, till next time, have a good one.